Yo, what is up, YouTube? I wanted to make a video about the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe and why you should watch it. I think it's like the end of September. The Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe, the biggest race for Japan, the biggest quest, is happening on October 5th. I wanted to talk about the story, why it matters so much to Japan, why it is so important for them to win, and why they want it so bad. I wanted to make the video, but this video is better. This video is better than anything I could ever make. The dream and curse of Japanese horse racing.
For more than half a
17
century,
minutes.
Japanese horse racing has lived through the epic and the sorrow. The pursuit of the arc is both. You might be wondering, how is it both? After all this decade, Japan has never won the arc. Even people who don't watch horse racing know it is a curse for Japan. But under the relentless challenge lies a series.
I don't know about that. I don't know if people like before umamusume, maybe even before like getting really into umamusume. Did you guys know what the lark was? I never heard of the lark. I never understood like the lore behind it.
Series of bittersweet, complicated stories. As this year's arc approaches, let us unveil the half-century struggle of Japan's challenge. A history of heartbreaks and destiny. A dream so conflicted that perhaps not even Japan truly understand it. In 1969, Speed simply stepped onto the stage of the arc and finished 11th, and in the next 29 years, only Meijiro Musashi and Serious simply had tried. Their goal was not necessarily to win. Back in Japan, the sport was still learning to stand. These challengers were pioneers, proof that Japan wanted to connect with the world. And in 1981, their first international race, Japan Cup.
I just knew it was some big race like the Kentucky Derby. I only knew Kentucky Derby. No, I was aware of some things related to horse racing in my own country only. Right. A lot of Japanese people probably know it even without umamusume. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, but that's like more of a Japanese thing.
Was created with the intention of testing itself against the world. But just like the challenge toward the arc, Japanese horses were utterly outclassed. Not even that. The winner of the first JC was an American horse no one had even heard of, but won it with the record-breaking fashion. So
that's crazy.
Racing in Japan was clearly
that's
still
good
in
context.
preparation, and the arc was a distant star on the horizon. Until 1999, with the rise of El Condor Pasa, Japan's challenge to the arc finally took its first true form. The 1990s
he should have
was
said like the year for Sirius Symbol. Maybe he did.
The biggest generational shift the sport had ever seen, with Ugly Cap igniting a national racing fever. Waves of star horses made Japanese racing enter its golden era. The Arima.
Yeah, I mean it's not really a big spoiler, but Ogre Cap is like the biggest reason why Japanese horse race, like what he said exactly,
became a cultural spectacle, drawing the largest betting pools anywhere in the world. Therefore, by the end of the decade, the golden generation arrived, and in the heart of this generation, El Condor Pasa stormed the Japan Cup with the largest winning margin at the time, and decided to compete in Europe the following year. To Europe, it was truly shocking for them. They never imagined a horse from Japan would come here, compete, and just destroy horses that they thought were good. It is said that before the arc, the jockey of Speed simply came to Paris and told El Condor Pasa's team, "I have to come here because I never thought I would live to see Japan come into the arc as a favorite, and I am moved beyond words." The story, the hype, everything made Japan decide to broadcast the arc.
Was like El Condor Pasa was a close one, but it almost sounds like there was Speed Symboli, Sirius Symboli, and then like no other attempts, and then El Condor Pasa. I don't know, right? They've obviously tried, right? Countless times. I feel like, I don't know, I'm kind of missing the gap in between it.
Live for the first time. So when the gate opened, El Condor Pasa leapt to the front. The 1999 arc was stacked with legends. Dalen, fantastic like Greek dance. Many have made their name into the racing history. Yet down to the final straight, El Condor Pasa was able to lengthen his lead. Only in the final meters did the French champion Monju cash in. Japan finished second. 2 years ago, had anyone suggested the Japanese horse could conquer the arc, the idea would have been laughed away. But the truth is right there. And it was this moment, this very
That's
moment,
crazy.
the dream was etched into the very soul of Japanese racing. Afterwards, Japan's passion for expanding toward international racing grew dramatically. Just 3 years later, Manhattan Cafe was sent and finished 13th. The following year, Tap Dance City finished 17th. And in 2005, the vibrant sport witnessed deep impact.
Oh shit.
How do I describe Deep Impact? The hero of Japan, the Triple Crown winner, the horse whose odds never once drifted higher than 1.3. The horse redefined what Japanese racing would be. Before Deep Impact, Japanese racing often felt like an imitation of Europe or America, but with him, Japan found its true identity. And after achieving every honor he could, Deep Impact, carrying the dream of an entire nation, came to challenge the arc. The word challenge did not feel right. The 2006 arc was not stacked with invincible champions. The ground was firm and perfect for high-speed runners.
Oh shit.
Japan was certain they were going to win. Deep Impact's odds was driven to 1.0 for a long time in Japan. Even at midnight, the broadcast still had millions tuned in, but the 2006 arc surprised everyone in a way no one expected. Deep Impact was not able to handle the unique demand of Longchamp and only finished third. And days later,
third's pretty
his
good.
drug test returned positive, although not considered as intentional cheating. His finish still need to be stripped. What was supposed to be Japan's
Oh, that's why I feel like I never hear that. That's the drug allegations. Like I always hear drug allegations. I actually didn't know that he ran the arc. And I didn't know that his finish was stripped. I actually didn't know that.
crowning moment became its greatest humiliation. It was this very moment. The dream
That's why he ain't in the game. I know that, right? I didn't know it was because of the arc specifically. I actually did not know that at all.
turned into a curse. Imagine if your champion represents your country, sent to conquer the world stage, and return with such a scandal. Do you give up or do you become more determined? The answer is obvious. In 2008, the Double Crown winner, Meisho Samsung, competed, finished only 10th. Although all these challenges
Deep Impact will never be an umamusume. I feel like there's just like no shot.
were the very elite, the result was mostly disappointing. By the 21st century, Japanese racing had fully embraced the path of quick, high-speed racing with a very fast pace. It worked spectacularly at Hong Kong. In Dubai, the Japan Cup, once dominated by outsiders, had become untouchable for outsiders. But such strength does not clash well with Longchamp. However, Japan did not quite realize, in fact, the world had not yet realized this fundamental misalignment. More and more challengers were sent, and so into the 2010s, it entered a short period of Phantom Era, a time when, by all logic, they weren't supposed to succeed. Yet, a few exceptions had pushed this dream into a new height.
Nakayama Festa!
並んでいる外からさばきださあ中山フェスタがワークフォースが外からクリデのまたいがったぞ日本のオルフェーブルだ
Nippon Orfever!
残り 300m
Oh my god.
Many
Copyright
people know
claim,
the story
no!
of Japan challenged the arc. This is not new, but number never tell a full story. Behind these challenges sometimes lies a series of bittersweet, complicated stories, such as Nakayama Festa. Unlike other horses mentioned, Nakayama Festa is not a superstar. In fact, he was bought at a cheap price by Shinichi Izumi for his beloved daughter Nobuko. As a child of Steigo, training him was a huge struggle. But the owner Nobuko did not seem to care at all. She adored this horse. She would visit him often, feeding him, whispering with him, and felt as if he had a special connection with her. In time, Nakayama Festa began to wait for his human mother by the door, restless until she arrived. However, after a certain period of time, Nakayama Festa's career dropped dramatically. The reason for that is Nobuko stopped visiting him, and Nakayama grew even more violent, unable to maintain even the most basic training. If this continued, he might not even be a racehorse anymore. But on the other hand, Nobuko had been diagnosed with late-stage cancer. Aware that her time was
I heard
near,
that.
she chose to travel to her favorite country, France. Soon passed away. Her father,
No.
already 83, inherited all her belongings, including Nakayama Festa. Therefore, Nakayama's team decided to
That sucks.
passed away. Her father, already 83, inherited
That sucks. You're fucking 83, dude. You're almost out the door and your fucking daughter dies. That's heartbreaking.
all her belongings, including Nakayama Festa. Therefore, Nakayama's team decided to contact him about the horse, and after learning the horse would go rage as he missed Nobuko, the old man was moved and told the team, "Can you please have him live happily after, just like how my daughter would want it to be?" From that day forward, he brought other family members to Nakayama. They whispered to him, played with him, treated him like what Nobuko used to do. And Nakayama Festa, looking around at the family member and not seeing Nobuko's face, as if he understood something, started to calm down and train. And it was the only time Nakayama would actually obey his trainer. The trainer later recalled it as such a miracle. And he also felt something, decided to send Nakayama to the Ark.
That's why she looks so cool.
For the glory.
I'm sorry for calling you something like you don't look really like, I don't know, like a good character
Of the nation, but simply wanted to have him run on the soil Nobuko loved so dearly. In 2010, Nakayama shipped to Longchamp alongside Japan's rising star Victory Pizza. This time, even Japan did not have higher hope on him compared to Victory Pizza. But in the land his owner had dreamed of, Nakayama ran the race that would be written into the history.
中山フェスタがワークフォースが中山フェスタ2番手ワークフォースわずかに先頭ワークフォース先頭中山フェスタ2番手中山フェスタ2番手だ
Oh, dude.
A year later, past his peak, Nakayama returned and only finished 11th. Yet his arc challenge would always be one of the most romantic pages in Japanese racing. But in the same year, another big thing happened in Japan. The biggest earthquake in modern Japan took place. It was one of the biggest natural disasters. If you want to know more about the devastation it caused, you can search it up yourself. But just when the entire nation was mourning in grief, a horse, shining like gold, swept his losing streak, rose to achieve the Triple Crown and Arimakinen, a Grand Slam unseen in the new century that encouraged the entire nation, took this sport into a new height and sparked the renaissance of Japanese horse racing.
I feel like Orfave, in like a different universe, instead of being like a tyrant or like royalty, could have been like, I don't know, like I guess a Yusuke Umehara character. I think that's his name, right? In fucking Yu Yu Hakusho, like kind of like a delinquent or a gangster that like rises to the occasion and becomes a hero, you know? I don't know. But either way, really fucking crazy story. Urameshi, is that his name? My bad.
He is the golden tyrant, Orfev.
Damn. I still don't know how to pronounce his name in English.
Orfev is just the biggest athletic freak.
That's her old design. I think her old design looked more psycho, but yeah, I guess so.
In the Hanshin Daishoten, one of his most famous runs, where he gave up 15 lengths on final turn, only to reel them all in with frightening ease. After his sensational classic run, once again Japan put their faith onto their Triple Crown winner. Jumping into conclusion, Orfev is the horse that can win the arc. When the gate opened, because Orfev was at the most outside gate, he lingered at the very back before unleashing his final sprint. And at the final stretch, he easily passed all other competition. The arc belonged to Japan. The dream is real. Psych. He decided this is not fun at all, therefore veered inward violently, slammed right into the rail that forced a sudden drop of speed, and at the final meters, millions of Japanese viewers experienced the most up and down emotion within seconds.
I obviously knew he lost. I didn't know he ran himself into the wall. I knew it was a heartbreaking close loss. I didn't know he actually threw. That's crazy. That's actually kind of insane. Like he kind of just threw. Wow. Too much whip. Yeah, I guess. Holy shit. Are you happy gambling?
This image of both the horse and jockey looking confusingly at the champion also became an all-time classic. The announcer later on said that, "I have casted him when he dropped his jockey off twice. I have casted him when he stopped mid-race. I casted him when he decided to not run at all. So before the race, I just knew
This fucker. I just knew. He knew?
this son of the state gold was going to do something again." So Japan did what
Son of stay gold.
every Japanese company would do. No retirement, you need to overwork. However, in 2013, an injury resulted in a long-time layoff for him.
Okay.
And when he came back, it was already the arc. And so many things happened within his layoff. Derby champion Kizuna also joined the challenge. Not only was Kizuna a super talented horse, friends
Yeah, I've heard
had
that.
also witnessed their super horse this year. This time, Orfev did not choose to linger at the rear and try to aim for a forward position. But by doing that, he was completely boxed in the middle,
Yeah.
could not fight his way out. And when he finally
But
found
even
his
then, he's. Oh,
way out, Trev already started her sprint.
damn.
If you have watched the 2013 arc, there's not a single second you would doubt Trev could win the arc, just like her grandfather Monju. France once again shut down Japan's dream. At the time, Japan was very disappointing.
So Trev is supposed to be representative of that NPC in the scenario. That's crazy.
That offers finished second again and Kizuna finished fourth. But all things considered, it really was not that bad, knowing what happened in the future. In 2014, Japan assembled their dream team consisting of Goldship, Justaway, and Hopstar. The first time Japan has sent
Justaway?
3 champions into the arc.
What Harpstar? What is this, like a J-pop group?
However, this era still belonged to Trev. Once
Yeah.
again, Trev just brought
two-time.
devastation to Longchamp with another perfect victory, joining the ranks of history as a 2-time ARC champion, where Japan's champions did not even finish in the top 5. The
Damn.
Phantom era was filled with heartbreaks, second place after second place. But with El Condo Pasa, Deep Impact, and Offerv, Japan had proven beyond doubt that they were a racing powerhouse. International media began to watch them seriously. Global rating climbed. Respect followed. When you turned on TV at this time, people would actually take these challenges seriously. People
Oh, for
thought
sure.
that in the foreseeable future, the arc will go to Japan. And so, the Phantom era ended. No one quite realized Japanese racing became too specialized for speed, too finely tuned for that quick, firm turf of home. More horses challenged afterward. Makahiki in 2016, Satono Diamond in 2017. Both
We don't talk about Satono Diamond.
were highly anticipated, but along with Clincher in 2018, they all got double digit. By 2019, Japan sent 3 horses, but in the end, most of the challengers were at the bottom. In 2020, Diadre attempted a long-time overseas campaign like El Condo Pasa, but she could do no better than 8th. 2021, the arc was at the 100th anniversary. Japan also sent 2 horses in response, Deepbang and Chronogenesis, which Chronogenesis is a daughter of an arc winner, but
Oh,
almost
shit.
like an anime twist. The German horse Torquato Tasso shattered France's fortress in its 100th anniversary as one of the biggest upsets, and Chronogenesis managed to finish 7th, with Deepbang
Dang.
finished last. In 2022, Japan for the first time sent 4 of the challengers.
They sent the meta horse, guys. They sent Chronogenesis
They were titled
and still lost.
holders, Dodues, Deep Bond, and Stay Foolish. The expectation was immense, but on the heavy
Deuce went? Holy.
ground of Longchamp, all 4 of them
And
got
title
double
holder.
digit. Years of disappointment had this dream begin to
Wait, I'm sorry, what?
foolish. The expectation was immense, but on the heavy ground of Longchamp, all 4 of them got double digit. Years of disappointment.
Deuce got double digits? I did not know that, dude. That's sick. That's wow. Ooh, that's crazy.
Had this dream begin to fade, but just when it was fading, 2023, through 7 seas, the daughter of Dream Journey, a horse that had never won a G1, not even a G2, finished 4th. This pleasant surprise reignited the dream. In 2024, Shin Emperor, owned by the CEO of Side Games, was sent to France. Though he finished 12th, the game's global release was a success. Now in 2025, the challenge continues. This year, Japan sent 3 intriguing runners, which made the already chaotic art this year even more unpredictable.
Yes.
Today, Japan has dominated Hong Kong and Dubai and many other international races. Yet, in France, at Longchamp, their challenge, truth be told, became almost a meme. And still, they always return. Every heartbreak only deepens the legend. Every failure only fuels the next challenger. And through that, international racing becomes more interesting. More people are drawn into the unique culture Japanese racing has developed. Claiming the arc, this long-time dream will never be given up. And one day, a horse will definitely fulfill this destiny.
Damn. Holy. That was peak. That was cinema. Bro, let the song play, man. Let the song... Bro, this has 36 views. Insane video. Insane fucking video. I wanted to make a video to talk about the Lark, and I wanted to make a video to be like, yo, you should watch the arc. You're gonna watch this. You just gotta watch this. Like, as far as the arc, I do want to watch the race with y'all, and how that's going to work is I'm probably gonna talk about it a little more on my Discord. So, you know, join the Discord, Discord, or check the description. Figure it out. We'll probably watch it over on Kick. I think that's probably what's gonna happen. Join the fun. I think it'll be really fun to watch Japan see if they can win it, because their chances do look pretty good, and I think this video exactly explains why. So anyway, join the Discord. Bye.